This morning I have come back down to the woods which I visited recently. These are the woods which are right near my home, and hopefully you can understand why I'm here this morning. You'll have to excuse my straight out of bed hair, but I've just popped down here. I've actually got to be at work fairly soon, so today is just a quick trip down. But this morning it's perfect. We've got lovely mist in the woods, so I just had to get down here quickly, bring the camera down. I'm going to see if I can get a couple of quick shots this morning whilst the conditions are so nice. But it's so beautiful, listen. Stunning. So I've just spotted this tree here, and I think this might be a goer. We've got a lot of ferns here in the foreground, then this one great big oak tree. But yeah, I think there's some potential here. There's so much atmosphere which the mist is giving this wood this morning. So yeah, it's such an atmospheric place. So there must be an image here. I'm going to see if I can take one. So I've gone for portrait orientation on this shot because I think that probably makes the best of this scene. I've got these ferns which are creating a nice sort of foreground in the image. But yeah, I've got the tree, which is kind of, I guess, the main kind of focal point of this image is on the left hand side, and just using a polarizer as well just to try and bring some of the greens out. But what I might try doing actually, because at the moment with this shot as it is at the moment, because I was so focused on this one big main tree on the left hand side, I kind of forgot about this tree on the right hand side, and that at the moment in the portrait orientation is just clipping on the right hand side of the frame. So what I might try doing actually is flipping the camera around and having it as a landscape shot. I've got quite a lot of sky in the image at the moment, which is creating quite an imbalance in the exposure, so I'm also bracketing the shot 2 stops. But I think probably by turning the camera into landscape orientation, it might help to avoid those issues of light balance, and also try and cut some of the sky out. Because it's such a misty morning, you can't really see the blue in the sky yet. I don't think it's too much of an issue having the sky, and I've actually got the sun in shot as well in this portrait orientation. But I do think it's worth trying the landscape orientation as well. So yeah, we'll just see which image turns out better. So unfortunately this mist is really starting to disappear rather rapidly. I think despite my rush to get out this morning, I still managed to get down here probably a little bit too late, which is a little bit frustrating. But never mind, there was this one tree which I've seen a couple of times when I've been down here, which I think is going to make a really nice image at some point. And I think probably next time I see mist, I'm just going to go straight to that tree, because it really would suit a nice misty morning, like it probably was about an hour ago. But now, I don't know if you can see behind me in these trees here, but that mist has really just lifted off. The sun's up quite high now, and it's just burning the mist away. So I'm probably just going to take a quick look back down where I was in the last video I made from this spot, where I took that shot with the rays of light coming down through the trees. I'm going to try and get down there quickly before this mist lifts too much and see if there's a shot there this morning. But yeah, despite best efforts, that's just how it goes sometimes with landscape photography, especially when you're trying to squeeze some shots out before work. It's always a bit of a rush at this time of year to get down in time. And I think I probably just left a little bit too late this morning. But never mind. Anyway, let's not waste too much time and get back down and see if there's a shot to be had still down where I was last time. So I'm back now pretty much where I took that shot in the last video that I made from this location. And that was definitely my favourite shot from this video. We had the light coming down through these trees and there's a slight bit of haze that really made it work. This morning, if I'm honest, I thought it might work again, but I don't think it does. Last time it was the light that made it, and I'm quite often talking about how mist makes the difference in woodland photography between a good shot and a bad shot. And right now, this morning, it's kind of almost working the opposite way. We've got mist, but because there's mist, we don't really have the light. And this particular shot worked last time because of the light, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's working so well this morning. So I think what I'm going to do is leave a shot and start to head back up again from the direction I've come and just see if I can find some more sort of intimate woodland shots which are working whilst there's still just a little bit of mist hanging around some of these trees, because I think maybe the intimate shots might be the way to go. So after some faffing around, I think I've got another shot. And this one, I'm making the most of these crepuscular rays of the sun as it's coming down through the bit of mist that's still left here this morning. I just love the way that the sun creates these rays, especially in woodlands, but anywhere, any landscape shot with crepuscular rays is just, it's my cup of tea. But also, I've tried to create a bit of foreground interest with this root which is covered in moss. And for this shot I'm having to, I'm actually going to focus stack the image because I've got that moss right up quite close to the camera. But what I like about this shot is we've got this one tree trunk here on the right hand third, but also the sun is just in the left hand side of the image as well, creating a little bit of a sun star. I've bumped up my, my f-stop up to f16. Which just helps to create those nice little sun stars. It took a little bit of effort to find this shot, but I'm quite pleased with how it's turning out. So it's time for me to get back, but it was definitely worth coming out this morning for this quick trip. I've had a really nice morning out here. It's just been a really quick trip, about an hour or so in these woods before work. And I probably would have been better coming down a little bit earlier when the mist was a bit thicker, to be honest, but I didn't manage it. This time of year it's such a struggle to get up early and get down in time. But yeah, I highly recommend, if you have a patch of woodland near to your home, it's worth having that in mind, because if you're like me and you work full time, it can be a real struggle to actually do woodland photography at the weekends, because conditions are quite rarely perfect at the weekends. So if you've got a local patch that you can just get to quickly, it can make all the difference, because for woodland photography, I think we all really struggle with woodland photography. It's a very difficult subject to try and photograph. And even the best woodland photographers will say that it's a struggle, I'm sure. But if you can get somewhere quickly and catch it in the right conditions, it's getting it in the right conditions that really makes the difference, I think, in terms of woodland photography. So it's always worth having somewhere, if you can get somewhere close to home and just get down there quickly when conditions are right, that can make all the difference. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And please feel free to leave your comments below. Let me know how you find photographing woodlands. And yeah, also send me any links to images and things that you might have. Feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. I'd love to see your images on there. So yeah, until next time, take care.